it comes to dealing with narcissistic people, they tend to have that charm around them. They tend to have that confidence in their own abilities, which is often their arrogance due to the lies that they tell themselves. The majority of narcissistic people spin a good story to themselves so that they don't struggle with that self-doubt. They don't question, is it me or is it them? Because they instantly blame, oh, it's them, must be them, wasn't me, nothing to do with me. So they tend to have that sort of arrogance to them. And as they can display the confidence due to them potentially not experiencing things such as anxiety, unless they're going to get exposed, and then they have to do damage control, quick, smart. But other than that, they tend to have that confidence about them because they've not got those doubts or that anxiety that other people can struggle with. And they tend to feed themselves a lot of lies in order for them to keep up appearances. And with a narcissist, it's all about keeping up appearances. Even though they can be quite fragile and vulnerable on the inside, they go all out to create a reality, to protect themselves from this, to shield themselves. So when it comes to narcissistic individuals, they spin the stories in order to gain the validation that their version of events is right, in order to gain the attention. You'll often notice with narcissistic people, they struggle to be alone with themselves. It's not nice having that sort of self-doubt. However, with a narcissist, they go all out to avoid those feelings by making out that they're the best thing since sliced bread. And they're looking to sell people an illusion of who they are, and they often borrow other people's dreams and aspirations and personalities to masquerade themselves as someone they're not, to pull people into their games. Narcissistic people often genuinely believe that they are superior to others. They often, with their sense of entitlement, they often believe they deserve that special treatment, which is why when they don't get it, they throw major hissy fits and toddler tantrums, because they rightfully believe that they are owed that special treatment. Narcissistic individuals, with their arrogance, often believe that they are always right. And as they believe that they're always right, they often believe that nothing is ever their fault. They're looking to sell that ideal of perfection to those around them. They don't want other people knowing their vulnerabilities, their mistakes, or their weaknesses. They want people to recognise them as superior beings who are faultless. Narcissistic individuals can turn around if you pick out one of their faults and say, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot you were perfect. Because they're looking to bring the attention onto you. They happily take the credit for everybody else's hard work and achievements and personalities, and they will happily point out everybody else's flaws. We all have flaws within ourselves. The majority of people can sit there and watch a video about narcissism and think, oh, I've done that, I do that. And then we recognise it and we alter it, we change it. It's not usually a repeat pattern of behaviour, and it's also in the circumstances. With a narcissist, they watch these things and think, well, I wouldn't do anything like that, that's not me. Oh, you're talking about yourself. You're talking about them. You're talking about anybody other than them if you're talking in a negative manner. If you're talking in a positive manner, they will lap all that up because they believe they're always right and they don't make mistakes. They believe that they are the most important person in the room and that everyone should flock to them, everyone should admire them, everyone should respect them. And if you're at a special event with a narcissist where they're not the centre of attention, They go all out to create drama, create a scene, to storm out. They go all out to be the life and the soul of the party, which just kind of feels a little over the top if you know them. Strangers can be drawn in and impressed and, oh my God, they're so funny, they're so amazing. And you can think, feeling slightly uncomfortable here. It's not their day, it's not their time. They can create an argument before the event so that they can put you in a mood and then accuse you of being the grumpy one, the mardy one. And then once they've dragged you down, they suddenly feel happy. The event's not about them, but hey, they've ruined your day. So they've got that sort of sadistic pleasure out of making you miserable. Narcissistic people often tend to believe that they're the victim in any and every given situation, due to them thinking that nothing is ever their fault and they're always right. They believe that other people are trying to get them, other people are envious of them, other people are trying to attack them, other people are trying to destroy them. With their victim place, they gain that sympathetic attention and it validates their version of events. So they're enjoying that attention and they're usually ruining somebody else, and they enjoy ruining somebody else in the process, and they usually twist it into their mind how the other person deserved it in some way, so that they don't have to feel any form of guilt. They might feel a moment of shame and they swiftly pass the blame and scapegoat somebody else. They often believe that they're entitled to do and have whatever they want whenever they want it, and they will do whatever it takes to get it. They can be highly manipulative and exploitative, and they can be opportunists, and once they've taken what they want from you, they blame you for the one who was naive, who fell for it. They don't question their own behaviour. It's not their fault, it's your fault. Nothing is ever a narcissist's fault. They often believe that they're incapable of making somebody else, they're incapable of making mistakes. It's always someone else's mistakes. Someone else made them do it. Someone else was incompetent. Somebody else wasn't there for them. They don't believe that they are in need of any form of help. They're the ones that help you. And when they're pulling you into their games, they can do so much for you. And once they've got you where they want you, they do very little for you, but expect you to do the maximum for them. They ask you for a favour, yet they manage to twist that favour in a way whereby they make out that by them asking you to do a favour for them, they were the ones doing you the favour. So you should be grateful that they allowed you the opportunity to help them. And if they get you to a point where you stop asking them for favours because of the barrage of abuse you get, do something for yourself or employ somebody to do it for you, pay somebody, not because you're entitled, that give and take. Can you help me out with this? I'll pay you. With a narcissistic individual, they will, in a kind of constructive feedback way, but it's criticism, mock it and judge it. And, oh, I'm surprised you did it like that. Oh, it'd have been better if you'd have done it like this. But they're not willing to do it. They don't see that give and take in relationships where you've got one person who will do something for you that perhaps they don't particularly want to do, but they can recognise the situation you're in, so they do it for you to help you out. And then they need something and you might not be that keen on doing it, but you care about them, you recognise them, you appreciate them, so you do it for them. It's give and take, and sometimes one can be giving 80% and the other can be taking 80% and only giving 20%, and then it can flip and it can be 50-50. With a narcissistic person, they will give the maximum in the beginning to get you where they want you, and then as time goes on, they give you the bare minimum. Yeah, they still expect the maximum in return, and they get offended when you get drained and you have enough of their behaviour, because they believe they're entitled to that special treatment. They believe they're entitled to that admiration. They believe that they're entitled to be served. They shouldn't have to wait. You can watch this if there's any form of queuing system going off in countries where people do naturally queue up. They start getting grumpy. or they refuse to queue and go elsewhere, even though they desperately wanted that one thing. Narcissistic individuals are some of the most impatient people you could ever meet also. Unless there's an audience. If there's an audience around and they're trying to paint that illusion of someone they're not, they can be some of the most patient people you could ever meet. It all depends who they are around and what sort of persona they're trying to give off at any given moment in time, what they're trying to get from those around them. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have several books out on Amazon: 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People If You Cannot Go No Contact, How to Create Boundaries Around Those Who Have No Respect for Your Boundaries, and a Narcissists Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse. They'll be in the description also if you'd like to go and check them out. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.